One. Welcome back, everybody, to another ITRAD Fantasy Podcast with your host, Justin Bird.
And Matthew Castro.
So we saw, I guess you could say, an interesting week last week. We have 5 teams that are 3-5 now, all tied for the 6th playoff spot, which is interesting because everybody's still in it right now since we converted to this no standings playoff format. I think we have me, Brooklyn Treyway, Suck My Dicka, Silicon Valley, and Can't Hide My Chub all sitting at 3-5. We have Philly Special at number. Why is Joe FaceTiming me? Sorry about that. We have Philly Special sitting at 5. Sheck West Fan Club, Team X, and Team Impala all tied for the 2nd spot at 5-3. And Fear Peter's Tigers at 6-2 at the number 1 spot. Not for long though. This week, I guess we'll start off with our waiver wire pickup of the week. My waiver wire pickup of the week is none other than Fitzmagic. He, as everybody knows, Jameis
Who
Winston.
picked him up again?
Nick did.
So good.
Jameis Winston got the boot, and Ryan Fitzpatrick will be starting this week against a tough Carolina Panthers defense, but this guy lit it up the first 3 weeks he started with 400 yards each game. And honestly, I think he came back. When they played the Bengals, they were down, how many points was it?
Who, to the Bengals?
Yeah, it was like 23 points or something.
Yeah, but he didn't win, right?
Yeah, they came back and forced OT though after they put Fitzpatrick in. So that's my waiver pickup of the week.
My waiver pickup of the week is actually Vance McDonald, and this is because this guy has been like for Pittsburgh. They're like anyone on that offense is just like amazing for some reason. And Vance McDonald is picked up by Julian. He's currently ranked the 14th best tight end, which is pretty good, I guess. And he's been getting at least like 5 a game. So that's pretty much solid for your tight end. No one else really is on the waiver wire at this point. That's really good. That's going to change your team.
Yeah.
So.
Next, moving on, we got the lock, upset, and game of the week. We're going to start off with the game of the week. My game of the week is Sheck West Fan Club versus Suck My Dicka. I feel like this is a good matchup here. We have 2 strong competitors going at it. Diego has Kenyon Drake and Kareem Hunt starting this week. Kareem Hunt's playing Cleveland, and Drake is playing the New York Jets. Kirk Cousins against Detroit, AB against Baltimore. All not horrible matchups, some of them a little bit favorable. Eddie's got Cam Newton against Tampa Bay, McCaffrey, Michael Thomas, Kelsey. It's kind of a little bit of a powerhouse lineup. You got Hunt and AB on one side, then you got Thomas, Kelsey, McCaffrey on the other side. Who do you have for your game of the week?
I actually have the same exact thing, but is he not starting? Wait, Ertz is on bye. Yeah, this game is going to be a really good game, especially Cooper Kupp's back. Is he really back though? Or he's questionable?
I don't know. I'm not sure yet.
But you know him. If he's playing, then he's getting like 10 receptions a game because that white boy connection, you know. So.
Next, we got the lock of the week. We probably both had the same lock of the week. This one is an easy one. Team X playing Can't Hide My Chub. I mean, all I could really say is that one goes for itself.
For some reason, Julian is starting Cleveland defense against Kansas City. That's just the bias coming in, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm guessing you have the same lock too, right?
Yeah, I have the same lock.
Yeah.
He's gonna roll.
Next, we have the upset of the week. My upset of the week is Brooklyn Treyway beating Fear Peter's Tigers. Not that I would really call it an upset, but just calling it an upset because Brooklyn Treyway is 3-5 versus the 6-2 1 seed. I guess we'll coin that term the fall of Rome. I think now.
Yes, that iconic moment. I said like the pillars. Eddie said the pillars are one by one. What's that? What was that famous? Oh no, that's Greece. Never mind. Different history. But listen, if this if everything pans out, this is gonna be so AIDS once again, because if Sonny loses, 6-3. When Nick wins, 6-3. I don't even know who Kenny's playing right now. Kenny's
Kenny's
playing.
like me.
Yeah, and if he wins, well, let's see. If he wins, then he'll also be 6-3. But if not, he'll be with Kevin, who I think is gonna win too against. Actually, no, he might lose, but I have to reanalyze that one with versus Simon, brother game.
Who do you have as your upset of the week?
Yeah, I have the upset too. It's really not really an upset. It's just off record. Um, I don't know. He has no OBJ. Uh, his team just looks fucking weird. I mean, I guess there's no Golden Tate on what's it called in the Lions, and he has Kenny Galladay, but I don't think they're gonna do anything against Minnesota because it's a divisional game,
Yeah.
and they're always tough. So.
Rocking the new bed sheets this week. I like it.
Oh yes, this is the new festive bed sheets. I guess November 1st. I'm already in the
Never too
Christmas
early.
mood.
Never too
I'm just in the. My tree's gonna come up too, like the next 2 days, but.
Moving on, now we have our power rankings of the week. I'm going to start off with my number 10 spot. My number 10 spot is Can't Hide My Chub.
What is this like he's been in the 10th spot like the entire show like of all time. Like
He is tied for 6th, but he does have the lowest points for by
4.
a lot, actually. He's got 858 points for. The next lowest is 935.
That is, I'm not at 1K yet.
That's a big drop off there. He's also has a not high points against either.
Yeah, it's lower than mine.
It's got middle of the road.
Is it the lowest? It is the lowest. Actually, no.
Sonny's
got the lowest.
by far.
Yeah, but he's the second lowest, and he's still losing games. But I mean, that's just him trading away his players for no reason. Like today, he was offering me, but I'm gonna keep that behind the.
I'm assuming you have Can't Hide My Chub at the 10 spot too.
Yes, I also have Can't Hide My Chub at the 10th spot. He's gonna stay there until something miraculous happens, like fucking, I don't know, Howard goes down with like an injury and like Duke Johnson dies or something. Then maybe he'll be in top 5.
Next at my 9 spot, as much as I hate to say it, I do have myself numero uno at the 9 spot. Things just haven't really been working out for us this year. We have Gurley on the squad, but he can't do it all every week. We're still tied for the last playoff spot, though. We are facing a bit of a powerhouse this week in Team Hall, but see how it goes.
Yeah, I have you too, but I don't know. I think Gurley needs to go, man. As much as he's a GOAT, he just has to go because someone like Ed, if you're watching, I know you're watching, he's going to overpay the fuck out of like Gurley. Like he doesn't even he'll probably give you like 2 of his like starting players for Gurley, like Christian McCaffrey and like Michael Thomas probably for Gurley. And I would take that because Christian McCaffrey still gets like 20 points at like
honestly, I'm thinking if Derek Carr shits the bed tonight, I might have to trade Gurley.
Yeah, well, I don't know. He's good, but you can't. Draft doesn't win championships all the time, unless it's last year. Like Ed got lucky as hell, but anyway.
My number 8 spot, I have Brooklyn Treyway. Another team that's tied for the 6th spot. Another team that just has drafted Le'Veon Bell at 2. Unfortunate. Not much you can really do about that.
For mine, are you done?
Yeah, that was your turn. You're good.
For my number 8, I actually have Philly Special. Now this might be a hot take, but his team just went off last week against me. I'll admit it. Well, there's nothing I can do about that, but his team going forward is still, I don't see it as like a championship team to me, or even a playoff team, because last week, these players are projected so much because they've been playing some like bad teams and there's just a game script has been following, but I don't buy his hype into this game. I mean, people are having buys like Mixon on his team, which is a big hit, and Cook isn't even
Oh
playing.
yes, George Kittle is hurt right now.
Okay, Breda, turn up. Anyway, but yeah, I have Philly special at number 8.
My number 7, I have Suck My Dicka. Another team tied at 3-5. Eddie's got a good lineup though right now, so I feel like he can definitely do some damage going on.
Yeah, this is 7, right?
Yeah.
Number 7, I have myself, and this is because my team has just been underperforming, and I'm on a losing streak of 3, which isn't even the most, because you have a losing streak of 4,
I'm on a 4-game losing streak.
which is
I went on a 3-game losing streak and then a 4-game. I went on a 3-game winning streak. I was 3-1 on the season, and now I'm 3-5.
yes. I think I was like I've been even this entire time, but things haven't been going my way. People have been underperforming, but maybe Sanders might be turning up. There might be no sharing problems with Sanders now that Thomas is gone. But Cortland Sutton. Actually, wait, I might change. Well, it's too late. But Cortland Sutton's also a big pickup for Kevin. I
Yeah.
forgot about him. But
I
yeah.
was gonna pick him up, but I was kind of busy on Tuesday.
Too busy for fantasy football?
Yeah, I know. Anyway,
Anyways,
in our number 6 spot, I have Silicon Valley at number 6. I feel like Simon now has a strong team going forward. Another team tied for the 6th spot at 3-5, but Simon's got the best running back deal in the league, like we said. He's got Gordon and Zeke. So.
Yeah, for number 6, I have Ed, and this is because just Simon has it was either Simon or Ed, and I see Simon's team doing better because like Ed doesn't have that big flex guy, and neither does he. He doesn't have a big running back too. I mean, Jordan Howard, he isn't benched right now. And the Doug Martin's in only has 4.3 points, but I don't know. He doesn't have that running back too, and that flex. And I think Simon has a full team that's pretty good. So that's it.
My number 5 spot, I have Philly special. Kevin's got a middle of the road team. He's a former champion, so I feel like you never count him out.
Yeah. For number 4 for me, I have
5.
Oh wait. Oh yeah, 5. I have Simon. He has, like I said, he has a full team better than Ed's. Actually, yeah, he has a full team that's better than Ed's, but I don't know. I think his team might underachieve, and I think that's what his downfall is going to be. His team's really good, but he can just fall off anytime.
Yeah. My number 4 spot, I have Sheck West Fan Club. Diego has a pretty solid team, in my opinion. I mean, he's 5-3. He's got Hunt, Drake, Kirk Cousins, the top 5 passer in the league. Only thing he really doesn't have is that tight end spot. He's kind of low at tight end.
Yeah. I have Diego at 4-2. His team is way better than we thought it was going to be. That's partially because Devonta Freeman was out. Now Coleman's in. And Drake is like, what did Drake do last? Yeah, Drake turned up. It's weird.
So we actually not a stopwatch.
Everything like we said about his team that was bad, just like opposite. Okay. Just went opposite because I don't know. Maybe I'm lucky. Don't know.
At my number 3 spot, I have Fear Petus Tigers. Like I've said before, this is a team that is putting on smoke screens. Not a good team. Honestly, I would not be surprised if this team slipped out of the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what I said when Ed was on the show. This guy might lose out. That would be something, wouldn't it? I have Sonny at 3-2. I would love to see that too. This guy, he's a big talker in the league. He made a very, very, very
trade is what I think just
literally just
killed this team.
Just slipped him out of the league. Like this guy is just like he just gave Eddie a playoff spot pretty much.
Might get some points here out of Breda.
Oh, okay, George Kittle. I thought you said he was hurt. What happened to him?
That was the backup.
Oh, okay. It looked like George Kittle. They're both white. So
Yeah.
anyway, I have for Sonny at 3.
Oh, our show's gonna get shut down for racist comments. Oh,
No,
imagine.
no. For number 3, Sonny, right? Yeah, this team's
Yeah.
ass. Yeah. Next week you never know. You might be at fucking like 6 next week. Who knows?
My number 2 spot is Team Impala.
Yes.
This is a team that has been a powerhouse, particularly this season. Put up 238 points.
I just don't know. He
I
just
don't know how
struck
he
the
does it.
lottery with 2 wide receivers, the best 2
Got
wide receivers.
Julio and Thielen.
Hey, Kamara.
That is actually crazy. He had that good pick though. He had the 5th pick in the draft. Those picks, I would honestly like having. Oh really? Did he have 7th?
Yeah, because it went Nick, you, me, Ed, Simon, Julian, then Kenny, I think. But either way, he got Kamara.
This is in 1st and goal.
Who is? Oh, why is Morrison?
Yeah. Podcast.
I thought, why is Morrison
Panda
right
Bear
now?
Wilson was at.
Can someone tell me? Someone tell me why Morrison's in. Please get stuffed. Yes.
Anyway, who you got for your number 2?
Number 2, I also have Let It Happen. He just got good with AP. I'm waiting for AP to just fall off. I don't know what's wrong with this man. This guy cranked it back to 2014, I guess. Don't know what's happening. George Kittle. I mean, he might be injured right now. What happened to him?
George Kittle. I don't know. It was something wrong with his stomach. I think I forget.
Stomach.
Yeah, he was like holding his stomach.
Oh, his tummy started hurting during the game.
And at both of our number 1 spots for I think probably like the 4th or 5th week in a row, Team X, newcomer in the league, talked all the shit and is doing all the walk right now too. Team X just I don't know. His team is, when you look at his team, it doesn't look that good. But I mean, Connor has just been the focal point of his offense. So also Devontae Adams turned up this season. He got lucky with Randall Cobb being out, and
yeah, and his schedule is also lucking out. I mean, Julian this week, Kenny, tough matchup next week, but then he has Kevin.
That's gonna be a good game.
Kevin, Sonny, and Ed 3 weeks like in a row. I mean, this guy's like a surefire lock in at like the number 1 or 2 seed at this point. Breda, oh nope, and who is that?
It was number 84. I don't know who that is.
Hey, where did that go? Hey, 5, 4, 3, 2. I don't want to go. Wow. Anyway,
moving on, we have our love-hate of the week. This week I have as my love player. I actually have Amari Cooper as my love player. First week back, not back. No, was never on Dallas. First week in Dallas, they are home and are playing the Tennessee Titans, so they don't really have a hard matchup. I feel good about him there, just particularly because they're home, and I think that they're gonna come out slinging to him this game.
Yeah, my favorite for this week is probably what's his face, Christian McCaffrey. He's facing off Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay is trash. And now they have Fitz Magic, and if he does good, if he does bad,
that game should be a shootout in my opinion.
Yeah, if he does good or if he does bad, either way they're gonna have the ball more. I feel like the Panthers are gonna have the ball way more than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I think Cam Newton is just gonna throw the ball to C-Mac. I mean, who else does he have to throw it to? You know?
Yeah. My hate this week I actually have as James Conner, facing up against a Baltimore Ravens defense, one of the best defensives, if not the best defense so far this year. He also has they're away at Baltimore. Everyone knows Big Ben can't play on the road, so we don't know that cues up for that offense. Might be some blunders there. They might get down and have to just throw the ball all game.
Yeah, I don't. My hate is actually Devontae Adams. He's playing New England, which Um, this week is usually the week where like champions just establish themselves, in my opinion. Like I think
In
week
the NFL
9
or fantasy?
NFL, like weeks 9 through like 13, in my opinion, are like the most important weeks.
Yeah.
And if your team, whoever has like the best record in that like 4 game span is just gonna do the best. And Aaron Rodgers did hang. He hang with the Rams, but this is just a different coach team in my opinion. Like this team just starts to turn up. Like it's just
Yeah.
weird. Like they get that confidence boost like in franchise. Like the
So
confidence plus 10 for everyone for some reason. So I don't like him. But who knows? I mean he's number one wide receiver for Aaron Rodgers, so he might turn up.
So now we're gonna add our special guest of the week.
Boy, oh boy. Wait, have we told anyone? I didn't tell anyone yet. If you're still watching, how's your day? And if it's Ed,
Tell us in the
I don't
comment
care.
section, please.
If it's Ed, then I don't care.
Bear with us as we try and get a hold of
In the meantime, I'll show you this lovely. Her name is Chloe.
Oh no! I want to see Audie. No.
Oh, Odie? Odie's crying right now. I don't know if you can hear it. Odie, come in here, bitch. I mean, no, just kidding. This is PG-13. Meet Odie, guys. Also known as Odie Wan Kenobi in some cases. I don't know. But, yeah, that was her. My 2 dogs. I have food up here, so they're, like, craving for it. Did you text them?
Yeah, I'm ringing him right now. I don't know if I'm hitting the right contact though. But... This is really not a stopwatch. Don't have a stop. Just don't put that got up. All right, I think it. Oh, here he is. Hey!
Oh, with the beanie!
Kenny, yeah. How are we doing today?
How's it going, my friends? How is everyone?
Good, we're doing good today. You watching the game right now, Ken?
Actually, I'm not.
George Kittle
Not
is
watching. I heard George Kittle took a bang though. He's gonna be out.
out.
So yeah, he had one catch for 15 yards. I saw that, but it's gonna be tough at tight end for me this week. Hopefully he'll be able to come in, the second half.
Kenny, so we got a big matchup this week.
Yeah, I know.
How you feeling going into that matchup?
I've actually never beaten you in fantasy before, so I'm a little intimidated, but I should be able
Kenny,
to pull this out.
Wait, never
Yeah,
ever.
I've
always beat Kenny every time.
Yeah, the past 2 years, Justin's beat me in fantasy, so looking to be able to change that. Looking for strong games from Kamara and Adam Thielen. The only thing about Kamara is though he's out with an illness. He did not practice today. I'm hoping that he will be maybe some natural remedies he will cook up.
What illness?
I believe it was a sinus infection, but they really weren't saying.
Kenny, tell me about your team, Kenny. So you got Matt Ryan and Drew Brees at QB.
That's right. That's right.
So you like having that double threat at QB. You like
exactly. See, I looked to see what's the better matchup. Back when the Saints played the Falcons, actually, I was a little bit worried because I was like, who do I start, Drew Brees or Matt Ryan? Because they're both that game's going to be a shootout, and it eventually was. But Drew Brees had that 42.5, and Matt Ryan had that 42. So but from that week on, it's been like Matt Ryan all the way. Drew Brees, with Kamara and Mark Ingram back, they're going to be running the ball a lot more. So I figure, Matt Ryan, you got Julio, Calvin Ridley, Mohamed Sanu, you got those 3 deep threats, to really do some damage in the passing game.
Now, you got Kamara at what pick was it? 7th, right?
7th, yeah, 7th.
Pretty good pick for the 7th pick. I mean, he's panned out well. He's only really had one dud of a game, I think.
Yeah,
Mark Ingram
that was when Mark Ingram first came back.
Yeah.
off his
Still
suspension.
ranked the third halfback right now. Now you got Adrian Peterson at RB2 right now.
Correct.
Are you feeling confident in him going into this?
These past 2 weeks, he had 2 slower games, but then this last week, it looked like he was in his prime time of his career. It looked nothing like 33 years old. He had 169 rushing yards, like 2 touchdowns. He had like I don't think it was like 60 yards. I think it was. He just broke through a tackle. Ran down the sideline, right half of the sideline. Boom, he was in. And
now what I think everybody has been wondering this season is that wide receiver duo. How tell me how you found that success there in having the league's leading receivers number 1 and 2 both on your team. How did
I took a risk, taking Julio, because last year he really didn't do as well as I would like him to.
You had him last year, right?
I did have him last year. I also had Thielen last year as well.
You did. You had Thielen last year.
So I saw Julio. Julio was available in the second round for my pick, and it was down to Mike Evans. It was down to Mike Evans or it was down to Mike Evans or Julio.
Through that process that you had when you were.
And I said, you know what? Some players deserve a second chance, So I said, Julio Jones, what can you do for me? I thought in my mind, what can that man do for me? Back in 2016 when Matt Ryan, MVP like quarterback basically, I was like, you know what? That's the Julio. That's the Julio I'm envisioning in my mind right now. So I drafted him, and then a couple rounds later, Thielen was available, and I thought, new quarterback situation, this could be deadly, with the Thielen, and I was like Kirk Cousins, so I was like, let's do it, and I felt pretty confident with those 2 players, and from the start, they've been great. In the beginning when Calvin Ridley was getting hot, Julio, he was taking a little bit of Julio's, percentage of passes and stuff. But starting now, it's starting to even out a little bit. And Julio and Calvin Ridley. Oh, thanks.
No, wait, Kenny. Let me just dive into Kenny real quick. All right, Kenny. So rumor has it that there is some equation you have.
Yes. Tell us, please. Tell us about the equation.
Can you? All right, okay, come on, for our viewers, Kenny. Kenny, please.
All right,
please reveal the secret of the equation.
I could reveal parts of it. I can't take you through the step-by-step process. That's a little confidential, but.
All right.
All right.
Tell the viewers some magic, please.
All right. Based on your latitude and longitude, you have to take those numbers, right? You plug them in. It's just you take the longitude plus the latitude. You divide it by what moon phase. You take the moon phase, and you take you basically what you do is you look at the moon. You go like this. And however the diameter, or what do you call it, like the radius it takes from your finger from one side of the moon to the other. Say if it's a crescent, it'll be small. If it's a full moon, it'll be big. You take that number and you multiply it by that.
What day of the week though do you do this on?
Oh, Wednesday nights. Wednesday nights.
Yeah. Oh, so you did this last night.
Yeah, exactly. Then you divide it around, and then whatever the player's projection is that's closest to that number. Say if you have like a wide receiver and you have different projection points, whoever number is closer to that number is who I start.
Now, what if the number is exactly the same?
Yeah. What
if it's exactly the same? I flip a coin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, all right. So that's the secret to your success. What you're saying?
Part of it.
Right? I would say it's part of it. Yes.
Now, you also had a nice waiver pickup at the beginning of the year in George Kittle.
It was not a waiver pickup.
Oh, he traded, right?
This was a trade. This was a trade, actually. Jamison Crowder wasn't doing that much for me. I said, you know what?
Wow, he really raced Eddie on that trade.
Eddie offered me up. Eddie liked Jamison Crowder, so I took that trade. I figured, hey, I let go of Greg Olsen to Simon. Well, actually, that was later, but I was like, all right, I got a couple tight ends. Greg Olsen was hurt. Greg Olsen was hurt.
Questionable.
And I had Jared Cook, but I didn't think he was going to put up those numbers, consistently. So I was like, yeah, let's take George Kittle. And literally now, he has a great connection. He's doing.
He's like tight end number like 4.
I believe he's ranked 4th. Yeah, he's
ranked
4th of the past.
You also have the Ravens. Do you like to alternate your defenses too? And
I do.
You do You've had 2 30-point defensive performances this year by just picking up a defense and starting.
Yeah, I take defenses. I take those deep to the heart. I really look to see what the best matchup I could possibly get for defense. Defenses they can make or break you. They can go into the negatives. They can go into 30 points like they did against Buffalo Ravens. 11 sacks.
How much time do you spend a week on your fantasy team?
Oh, a lot. Lots of time. Any spare time I have, I'm on that fantasy app. Checking who's adding what players, seeing what players.
Like 25 hours plus a week. 25 hours plus a week.
I wouldn't say that much. That's a lot, but I would say probably like 15 hours a week.
Now, also, you have Sammy Watkins at flex.
Yeah, he's like a boomer bust player. There's a lot of threats on that Chiefs offense, but if he can get the ball consistently, he's gonna put up good numbers. It's just the habit of him, trusting that he will see enough, passes thrown his way. That's the only problem.
I saw that you picked up Dion Lewis this week too.
Yeah, I saw him on the waivers. I said, maybe he could do something.
Maybe he can let it happen.
Maybe he can break out. Yeah, maybe he could just let it happen.
Now, does Tame Impala have anything to do with the success behind your team?
Oh yes, it does. Before like the 1 o'clock games or the 4 o'clock games, I have to listen to Let It Happen at least once, if not twice. And
wait, is there any situation where you listen to it 3 times?
Or is that bad luck?
I did listen to it once 3 times, and that was when I was praying that Tyreek Hill would not have that 42.5, point game when I was playing Simon. I was like, let's just do the ritual, do it 3 times, hopefully, he wouldn't go off.
3 times.
That I would have a chance that maybe George Kittle could, boost me up the next Monday night when they play the Packers. And did not work. So 3 times, a little too much.
Kenny, so you think you're in for a championship this year or what? I mean, you've been there once before, but you.
I stay up late at night thinking about that, and I think this year I have the confidence, I have the team to do it. If my team stays healthy, and if Adrian Peterson continues to be that running back 1 and put up those numbers with my wide receiver duo and my quarterback, I have a good chance at taking the league.
Yeah. Now, Kenny, who do you think that your biggest threat is in this league?
My biggest threat would probably be Nick. From top to bottom, he's pretty solid.
What do you think about Sonny's team?
Sonny's team, I just don't see it holding up. He doesn't put up the numbers every week. I feel like there's a lot of weeks where he his opponent just didn't score. There's so many weeks where his opponents didn't score, over 100 points. And I feel like he just got lucky with those. And I'm not saying he has a bad team, don't get me wrong about that. His team can be deadly, depending who goes off and stuff. But
now, we're gonna move on to our pick'ems this week. Kenny, you could join in on these too. Our first matchup is Team Impala versus Numero Uno, and this is going to be the first week that I actually will bet against myself. I don't know really how my chances stand, especially with the way Derek Carr's been playing. He's got 3 points right now in the second quarter. I just don't know if I have enough firepower to do it this week.
Yeah, I actually picked Kenny too. I mean, projections are at 140 to 112, and George Kittle's not even playing. So, yeah, I'm sorry, Justin, but I don't know. Derek Carr is just ass. You sure you couldn't have got anyone better?
I mean, it looked like a good matchup.
Yeah, honestly, with the way Derek Carr played last week too.
Marshawn Lynch is out. Marshawn Lynch is out. They don't really have that strong of a running game.
This Nick guy has 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I should have started him.
I mean, the 49ers defense isn't anything incredible, So if I was in Justin's position,
the fucking Raiders put up how many points last week?
They had a good shootout with the Colts.
They literally had a shootout with the Colts last week.
Yeah. That was a good game.
There's still time. You never know.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
all
Derek
comes
Carr
down
put
to
up
that second half. You know,
30. I
anything
mean,
can
he could
happen.
do it. He put up 31 against Cleveland, and he put up 27 against Indy. So I was just looking at the matchup and thought, but this thing about fantasy is just sometimes things just don't work out.
Exactly.
Anyway, moving on, we have Team X versus Can't Hide My Chubb. My obvious pick for this week is Team X. Can't Hide
Oh.
My Chubb is usually never even a shoe-in to put up over 100 points a week. So I think you probably have him too, right, Castro?
Yep, that's a lock.
What
That's
about
my
you,
game.
Kenny?
Yeah, I would say Nick's taking out the mop this week, and he's washing down Julian's floor.
That's what it looks like it's gonna happen.
That floor is very dirty. Too.
Next up, we have Sheck West Fan Club versus Suck My Dicka. Now, I have Suck My Dicka winning this one.
I think.
Wait, for me, I think I might have Diego winning this. Only because this guy started Doug Martin for some reason.
Yeah, see, when I made my prediction, I didn't have Doug Martin. He didn't have Doug Martin in there. So,
I believe that this game is probably gonna be the closest to speak.
Yeah, this was both of our game of the weeks.
Yeah, I think that looking at the matchups and stuff, I think this is gonna be a very close game. But I see Diego coming out on top.
Eddie always plays those close games too. Like
He does. Yes.
Next up, we have the brother battle here. We have Philly Special versus Silicon Valley.
Oh.
I actually see Simon winning this one. Simon actually, I feel like, is going to have a good last couple games of this season, in my opinion.
Yeah, I have the older brother Simon taking this game. His team is just way. I think it's just way better. I think the projections for Kevin's team is way too high, to be honest. Just because Lindsey had like 2 good games, they're like crowning him like God or whatever.
What do you say, Ken? Who do you
I
have?
say Simon is taking this. You know, I don't think I believe Melvin Gordon and Zeke did not play last week. Zeke was on bye and Melvin Gordon was hurt. Right? Was that last week?
Correct.
Yeah, so they're gonna have a strong comeback games. You know, his wide receiver duo can be deadly. You know, Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, they can both easily put up big numbers.
Yeah.
I could see.
Have 30-point games.
Exactly. Yeah, I see Simon coming out on top.
Next and our last matchup, we have Brooklyn Treyway versus Vierpetus Tigers. This one I have Brooklyn Treyway winning, just because I don't see Sonny doing great these last couple games. I mean, Sonny's lineup is Phillip Rivers, Lamar Miller, James White, Devin Funches, Corey Davis. It kind of sounds like a waiver wire kind of lineups. I mean,
That team kind of sounds worse than Julian's, honestly.
it does. It really does.
Like Patrick
Julian's
Mahomes.
got Mahomes, Cohen, who's been great, but Julian's wide receivers are a little bit questionable. That's the only thing.
Boomer bust for sure, especially.
Yeah, if I were to say something, I would say Julian's gonna outscore Sonny this week.
Julian's team is a boomer bust team. Sonny's team just is just not there.
Just bust.
Yeah, I really don't see Sonny.
I don't know why he's not starting
numbers.
Sanu. He literally picked up Sanu and he's not starting him. And Eckler might. I'm pretty sure Gordon's might not even play on Sunday. So.
Oh really?
So Eckler might be killing it, but you never know.
Kenny, who do you have winning that one?
Definitely Treyway.
Treyway, yeah.
Treyway.
Kenny, now that was our last segment of this show, but do you have anything you want to tell the viewers out there? Anything?
I do actually.
Wait, could we take a thumbnail picture real quick? Kenny, pose. Alright, you suck, Kenny. Anyway, what were you saying?
I do have one thing left to say, and that is.
Oh, he's fucking gay! Alright, everyone.
Team
Anyone
Impala
that has been
will let
watching,
it happen.
thank you for watching through. This has been our week. Is this week 10, right? Or no, this is week 9.
Week 9.
Week 9 ITRAD
Number
Fantasy
9.
Podcast. Thank you for watching. Kenny, good luck this week. Matt, good luck
As
this
to
week.
you.
Good luck to
As to you,
everyone.
Castro.
Guys, happy Halloween. We didn't have a
Yes,
show.
happy Halloween too. It was
Happy
Halloween
Halloween.
yesterday.
Yeah, I hope everybody had fun trick or treating. You know.
Yeah.
Make sure to scan your candy. Make sure there's nothing, no kind of drugs or anything in them.
Yeah. All right. So we'll see everyone later. Thank you, everyone.
Take care, everyone.